Well, brothers, it appears to be official. Thomas Massie has lost. He's lost the primary, and guys, it wasn't even close. He got skunked. He got BTFO'd, as the kids say. He got absolutely crushed. So, right now, it says Ed Galrain wins AP calls race at 7:54 p.m. I assume that's Eastern Standard Time on May 19th, 2026. So, we've got 75% of the votes counted, and they've already called it. Ed Galrain beats out Thomas Massie. Now, more votes will come in, I'm sure, but this is not close. And guys, I think this is amazing. I think this is great. I know that some people will disagree with me. There were people in my chat who were at the beginning of the stream saying, oh, we want Thomas Massie to win. Here's the deal. Thomas Massie had to go. The reason that Thomas Massie had to go is he was not a team player for the Republicans. I am tired of these Republicans siding with Democrats to get in the way of Trump and his agenda. We elected Donald Trump. And the thing that blows my mind is instead of people sticking with Trump and trying to pressure him to do the right thing, you have all of these people going into business for themselves and trying to make it all about them, from commentators to politicians. They sell out and betray the Republican Party. And I'm not even that diehard of a Republican, but I look at it and go, if we want to get the things done with our agenda, we have to get people in there that are going to vote with the Republican Party. And people like Lisa Murkowski and all of these others, including Thomas Massie, they got to go. Now, this guy deserves to lose. These people deserve to lose. I understand. You may have an issue with it. You may have an issue with it. But we got Straight White Male 606 saying, Massie never did a thing for us here in Kentucky. That is mainly why people here did not vote for him. I don't know if that's true or not. Apparently, according to this gentleman here, Straight White Male, that Thomas Massie didn't do anything for the people of Kentucky. Hopefully, Ed Galrain will. But he won, and it's not even close. So, the AP has called this. The race is over, and we're looking at all of the different districts. So we got Boone County, basically Lewis County voted overwhelmingly for Massie, 25%. But you see, 25% additional to Massie of 2,865 people. But everywhere else, almost everywhere else, except for Mason County, everywhere else is voting for Galrain. Look at this. Carter County. Total votes, 330 people. Damn, that is a small area. 330 people, but look at this. These are the people that voted out Thomas Massie. But I mean, look at this. Thomas Massie is not ahead in any but these two. That is brutal. That is devastating. Yeah, it was a complete blowout. And here's the thing. Some of you guys, we got Musket with the I don't even know how much, cheered 5 things. Bad deeds stick to men, like Shadow and Thomas got under the spotlight before he could weasel his way in, I guess. Yeah, I think that Thomas Massie, I think that he flew a little too close to the sun. He had an ego on him. The guy was a narcissist. He was self-important. But the fact is that nobody voted for Massie. People voted for Trump. And he thought he was going to be able to go one-on-one. He was going to be able to go one-on-one with Trump. And the thing about Massie is his campaigning was so dishonest. Like, when he was in Washington, when he's on TV, he would shit on Trump. But then when he went home, he's like, well, I voted with Trump 90-some% of the time. And Trump, used to endorse me. Just ridiculous. He thought his audience was stupid. That's what he thought. So, yeah. Thomas Massie is lost. I want to take a look at some of the reactions from people. I want to see, what they're saying about Thomas Massie. What is Thomas Massie's response? What is his?
This guy is bad. He's disloyal. We got to get rid of this loser. This guy is bad. He's disloyal to the Republican Party. He's disloyal to the people of Kentucky. And most importantly, he is disloyal to the United States of America. And he's got to be voted out of office.
That's a big one. That's a rough one. But it says polling market projects Ed Galrain has defeated Thomas Massie 99% to 1%. It's not even close. Some would say it's not even close. Let's see.
Here. What we just got, a big one here. We said that third county right outside Cincinnati where Massie, the pressure really is on Massie to start producing some numbers here. We're getting the early vote from there. And you can see, again, it's a continuation of this trend. Galrain leading by 9 points in that early vote here. And again, remember, right next door in Kenton, this is where the night started. Galrain leading there. And in Boone, the biggest in the district, Galrain leading by 15 points there. Also significantly, we just got some more vote here out of Oldham County. Remember what we said about Oldham here? This is the wealthiest county in Kentucky. It has a lot of those voters, professional class, college-educated voters, suburbs of Louisville. And you can see here the update. If you remember earlier, it was a wider margin with the initial vote out of here. So what's come in since, Massie's done better here. Massie needs to be winning Oldham County. If he's going to have a chance tonight, he needs to win Oldham. He needs to win next door here in Shelby County, and he's got to come up with a win. Up here, he's got to win the election day vote up here in the Cincinnati suburbs, because elsewhere, what we've seen come in, we've seen some new votes come in. These are small rural counties here, but again, everything is kind of going. These small rural counties, you think of them as pro-Trump, and they've been delivering for Trump's candidates tonight. The one exception right here, and this is a very small county, but Mason County, it appears that Massie's won by a little bit less than 2 points. One thing to keep in mind is geography. A factor here. Before he was a congressman, Massie was a county elected official right here in Lewis County, right next door in small Mason County.
Damn. Old ham or canned spam. Well, Thomas Massie, you're now a total loser.
That computer call. Come over. You need to.
Oh, God. Oh, God. Thomas Massie lost. He's been defeated. He's been fired. Sorry, Massie. You're totally fired. You're done. I'm like, wow. You're gone. Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, man. Breaking. Oh, man. I'm glad that I have that blocked. Yeah, there's a lot of people that are very happy that Thomas Massie is gone. Thomas Massie. Oh, gosh. All right. 2 minutes ago.
Now project that Ed Galrain will win the Republican primary against Thomas Massie for the 4th Congressional District in Kentucky. And that is a seismic political decision made by voters in Kentucky tonight. Let's go straight to Jeff Zeleny. He's at Thomas Massie's headquarters. And Jeff, a very, very clear and strong defeat for Thomas Massie. I mean, what is happening there? This is being called, obviously, quite early.
Aaron, it certainly is. I mean, the polls have been closed less than 2 hours, and just a few moments ago, people began filling into the room. Now word has reached the supporters of Thomas Massie that he has fallen short to Ed Galrain. Ed Galrain is a farmer and former Navy SEAL. He was a bit player in this race in many respects. President Trump made this a one-on-one contest between him and Congressman Thomas Massie, and the overwhelming amount of spending and money in this race was something that the likes of which no House primary has ever seen. So there's no question that Thomas Massie, who rose to the Tea Party era starting back in 2014,
Thomas Massie takes a massive L.
different Republican.
But what about Israel? What about Israel? What about Israel? Like, you understand, that's not, for a lot of people, that's not the be all and end all. Like, it is something that we can talk about. It is an issue, but it's like people blind themselves focusing on Israel above all else. I understand. It is something we should talk about. But Thomas Massie was somebody that was endorsed and promoted by women on The View. The View. You want to bring somebody on that you think that is the conservative that you want? When Joy Blowhard and these other freaks, look at the people that supported Massie. Look at them. Code Pink, Ro Khanna, New York Times, Hassan Piker, Mother Jones, AOC, Rashida Tlaib, Ilhan Omar, Summerlee, whoever the fuck that is, Marjorie Trader Brown. That's what they say. They call her MTB, Marjorie Trader Brown. Candace Owens, and Tucker Carlson. That is quite a list. Quite a list. What a bunch of losers. We don't want these people deciding who's going to be in the Republican Party and having any sort of power. But now, guys, now, that's brutal. Donald Trump. We're gonna look at the president. He's not coming down the escalator. He's coming down the stairs. Huge victory lap. Donald Trump won. That's right, guys. If you voted against the orange man, you fucked up. Big mistake. Huge. Donald Trump is very happy right now. Thomas Massie just took a giant dive in the pose. I'm like, wow. I've never seen a loss that big. What a loser. Everyone knew Massie was a huge loser. What a loser. Oh, man. Heartbreaking to watch Richard Barris. Absolutely. And guys, that'll be it. That's a
who is a fantastic man, We'll be doing hopefully a very powerful tele-rally tonight for a friend of mine, Ed Galrain.
Tele-rally. Thomas Massie has officially lost, guys, and that's just great. That's tremendous news. And guys, I said, if I was wrong and Thomas Massie had won, you guys had every right. You guys had every right to talk shit, to criticize me, to say, hey, you're wrong. But in the end, I was right. I was right. And, yeah, what a day. Thomas Massie is no longer going to represent the Republican Party. Now, what will be very interesting is to see if Thomas Massie gets a job on MSNBC or CNN. We already see them calling it for Trump. Yeah. Andy Barr wins the Republican. Okay. Well, apparently we got somebody else that's replacing Turtle Boy. If Massie loses tonight, he should run for president. If Massie wins tonight, he should run for president. Yes. The guy who couldn't even win Kentucky, even win a couldn't even win Kentucky, should run for president. Walber Dave Smith. Come on. Come on, man. Come on, man. The guy that got absolutely trounced. Hey guys, you remember Dave Smith? Dave, listen. I really don't have anything against you overly much. I think you're a little libertarian. I don't really agree with you on much. But this is retarded. Dave, this is absolutely retarded. If Massie loses, he should run for president. Do you understand? If Massie loses, that means the people of Kentucky rejected him. So what you're banking on is what? That he could win because he create like a liberal coalition? Well, I hate to break this to you, Dave. The only reason that people are supporting him is to use against Trump. If Thomas Massie were to go in a general election, and by the way, I would not vote for Thomas Massie. I wouldn't. I just wouldn't. I am right now. I am a never Massie. I'm not. I would never vote for Thomas Massie. He would be one of the most incompetent and ineffectual presidents ever because he never gets shit done. He'd never be able to do anything. So, and the media would absolutely eat him alive. The media would devour him. So here's the thing, Dave. Yeah, I want to hit on this point. If Thomas Massie were to run for president, he would have to rely on all the liberal friends he's making. But the problem is he'd be running against a Democrat. So what do you think that his new friends, on The View or the media, what do you think that they would do? Rashida Tlaib, Ilhan Omar, Code Pink, do you think that they would vote for him and support him the way that they're doing now against Trump? Or do you think that they would turn on him in a moment and they would absolutely stick the knife in? They would stick the knife in. Dave, we both know it. He's got no chance. He's angered MAGA. He's angered the Republican Party. I don't know. I don't know what Dave is thinking. I don't get it. Anyway, that'll do it. I want to thank you guys for watching. I want to thank you for supporting the channel, and I'll see you next time.